सतनाम श्री वाहिगुरु साहिब जी। मुँह कुचर शास्त्र खट, पिंग किरण चढ़ जाए। अंध लखै बदरो सुने, जो काल कृपा कराए। मुँह कुचर शास्त्र खट, पिंग किरण चढ़ जाए। अंध लखै बदरो सुने, जो काल कृपा कराए। वाहिगुरु जी का खालसा, वाहिगुरु जी की फतेह. So today we're going to discuss about from Salok 30 to 47. Salok 32, as previously discussed with about the 5 elements. In Salok 32, Maharaj describes about the Sukham Roop. So they say the 5 elements were created and the Sukham Roop is the initial one. And the Sukham Roop of 5 elements, which is the Shabad, Sparsh, in English it is touch, Roop, the form, Ras, the taste, and Gandh, which is the smell. Then Maharaj describes about what is Hirne Garab. So this is a term used which can be described as that which has an aura like gold, like bright aura. And it is the Antekaran body, the subtle body. The subtle body of these 5 elements is called Hirne Garab. It is also known as the Ling Sarira. And Ling itself means body. So it is the subtle body. So it is the creator of the subtle body as well. And these are just different terms for the same one. Antekaran, aura, Hirne Garab, subtle body. And the subtle body is formed of the Sukham elements. Sukham means so small that it appears invisible through the Indriya. So it's so minute. The subtle body, it consists of mind, intellect, chit, which is the memory, and the ankar, ego, which is the separate identity. These all separate as well as together are called antekaran. So mind itself is antekaran as well, but when all together, they are the subtle body as well. The indriya, the organs of knowledge, gyan and karam, the action indriya, senses, they function due to this subtle body. And there are different types of prana as well. So the prana energy, the life force, works because of this subtle body as well. So this subtle body is the operator of mind, intellect, memory, and ego. In this subtle body, the Atma remains the support of all. And how can we understand this? Just like a thread is the support of the necklace, like the beads in the necklace. So the thread is a mutual support there for all the beads. Similarly, the subtle body support is Atma. So Atma is like a thread. The knower of all, the one witnessing everything, whatever is happening in the subtle body is Atma. So in next Maharaj says in Gurbani, Jo Brahmande Soi Pinde. So that which is in the universe, the same is present in the body. So the one who has known this body has known the universe as well. Because we have got this human body, so it only makes sense that we should understand this body. The physical form is called the Sthul Roop. The physical body is formed of the 5 physical elements, and even the universe is formed of the same 5 elements, just like this body. Those 5 elements are space, air, water, fire, and earth. All the planets, including Earth, are formed of these 5 elements only. Maharaj says, do not consider these 5 elements to be different to the body of the Ishwar. The same 5 elements are everywhere. Whatever is visible is the form of Ishwar only, because it is made from the elements of Ishwar itself. As our body is of 5 elements, the same way other jeeves' body other humans are made of the same 5 elements. And consider the same way that the 5 elements of the universe are the body of the Ishwar. Here Maharaj describes the Virat. The description of Ishwar is given in the next. So how to understand this? Maharaj says, if we consider the whole universe as the body of Ishwar, it means there is some type of activity happening as well. The space is the head of the Ishwar. The wind that is blowing is his breath, which represent his nose. The sun and the moon are his eyes. Fire is considered as his mouth. In the same way, when we do Havan, it's considered the ingredients that we put in the fire, they go to the Ishwar. And why is that? Because fire is considered to be the mouth of the Ishwar. When we do that, and same way, Shivji and Vishnuji are the arms of Kalpurak. So 2 forms of Vaheguru, Akal and Kal. That which is in the time and that which is beyond time too. And Brahmaji is the Hirderu. His words are those which are captured in the Ved. And Ved means Gyan. So consider it in such a way that whatever is written in the Dharmic Granth, they are the word of Ishwar itself. He himself, these are the words. The Tenalok are considered as his stomach. The mountains are the bones, and all the vegetation is the hair of Ishwar. The clouds and raindrops are like the seed of birth. So as Maharaj explains, that every raindrop there is Atma as well. And when this raindrop falls on earth, then the cycle of 8.4 million reincarnation, Juna, is known to have begun from here. The Patal Lok, in English we call it hell, are the feet of Ishwar. So Maharaj, one cannot really describe the praises of Akal Purakh. How can even we describe it when it is actually beyond? There is countless. How he takes form of Maya and yet keeps Maya under his control. He is without any form and he himself takes forms and is residing in the universe. He himself is the Raja and he himself is the follower as well. So Maharaj Sikh here says to Maharaj that Maharaj, I have understood the Virat Roop of Ishwar, just like you have described now. Please, Sikh does Benti, Maharaj, please explain how long has it been since it was formed? And for how long will it remain further? Maharaj, I want to know this too. Maharaj explains that to understand the creation of the world, I will explain through an example of Brahma. So Brahma is considered the Hriday of Ishwar, and the two arms are considered as Shiv and Vishnu. So we will understand the heart first, which is Brahma. I will explain how Brahma was created. So Maharaj says the age of Satyuga is known as 1.7 million and 28,000 years. In Satyuga, Taram was known to have 4 feet. And we often read Taram to be as metaphor defined as bull ox. Through that, to have a better understanding of what Taram is. So Taram was known to have 4 feet, which were Sat, Tap, Yag, and Dan. In Treta Yuga, Taram had 3 feet. That's why it's called, the word itself, Treta. That's where the word came from. And Treta's age is known as 1.2 million and 96,000 years. And the 3 feet of Taram were Tap, Yag, which is as worship, Dan, which is charity. And Sat means both the Gyan of Atma and people were more truthful. In Dwapar, Taram had 2 feet to do worship, Yag Karna, and Dan. And its age was 0.8 million and 64,000 years. In Kali Yuga, Taram is standing on 1 feet, and Kali Yuga does ardas as well, Maharaj, that there is only 1 feet left. On 1 foot, that's it, which is the Dan. And its age is 0.4 million and 32,000 years. So because Dan is the 1 foot left, so that's why it is very important to give Dan. That's why Maharaj started Dasvand, encouraged to do Dasvand, give Dasvand as well. And that's why Langar Seva was started as well. So about 4.3 million and around about plus 20,000 years more. So add that have been considered to be one cycle of all yuga. Guru is saying to Sikh that I'm explaining this to you after a deep, careful contemplation. So similarly, when this one cycle is repeated 1,000 times, then it is equal to 12 hours of Brahma's day. So Sangat ji, we need to have vichar of this. And this is in Devte form, in their life cycle. Exactly the same cycle is of the night time as well. So 1,000 cycles of all yuga is the day, and 1,000 cycle of all yuga is the night. Total 2,000 cycles of all yuga is equal to 1 day of Brahmaji. During the day, Brahmaji creates the world, and at night it is destroyed by Shivji. So many worlds are being created and destroyed within 1 day of Brahmaji. One day of Brahmaji, which is 2,000 cycles of all the yuga, all the 4 yuga, that is known as Kala. In Brahmaji's 1 day, 12 hours, 14 Indra Devta are created and destroyed. So it's a cycle, like one Indra Devta is created, he does Raj, he rules, and is destroyed again. And thus this happens 14 times. There are 360 days in 1 year of Brahma. And Brahma's age is 100 years. That's again in Devte timeline, not humans. And this is all an explanation of just one Brahma. And Maharaj says there are crore, billions of Brahma. So it is known that if we multiply Brahma's age by 7, it represents the age of Vishnuji. And if Vishnuji's age is multiplied with 7, that is the age of Shivji. So when Akal Purukh gives birth to Brahmaji, then Sansar is created. And when Brahmaji completes his age cycle of 100 years, then a big destruction of the world occurs, which is called as Pralay in Punjabi. And thus the cycle repeats. So Maharaj says, how can I even now describe the car of Akal Purukh when this is just the description of one Brahma? Look at all the million years, all the cycle of just one Brahma. And Akal Purukh is beyond. How can one even get close to that? Maharaj's creation is so, like, it's just countless. So that's why this is just a brief, like really a brief description. So Maharaj said, this is what I have discussed with you. Guru says to Sikh that now I have thoroughly explained the description of Ishwar to you, which is known as Tatpad. And next, Maharaj will explain us about Twang, Jeev. ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕਾ ਖਾਲਸਾ ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕੀ ਫਤਿਹ